A whole bunch of time trying to run a play for a three.
Lob to LeBron on the other side. Now out to Reaves for three. Rebound, battled, out of bounds. Phoenix has it.
While this play might not have been completely successful, we can't overlook its significance, especially because it was a play drawn up by LeBron during his Mind the Game pod with JJ Redick before Redick was even hired to coach the Lakers.
You got to drop a ATO for me.
This is the ATO?
Yeah.
Let's put I'll be here.
All right.
So on the slap of the ball, the three-man's gonna set a cross screen for me, go underneath.
Okay.
All right? As soon as that happened, the one is gonna throw it over the top to me. And as soon as I catch it over the top, because your man is so afraid of you coming towards the ball, what is the first thing a defender does when a ball
Turns his head.
turns his freaking head? As soon as that happened, rescreen for you, Jay.
Yep. Victory.
Technically, this play was originally called Winner by Brad Stevens, but the point stands. This must have been the moment where they decided, hey, this guy should be our coach. And whether JJ intended that all along might still be up for debate, but the fact is, he's got this Lakers team playing on a whole different vibe. The key to this whole thing is the incredible uptick in passing. Just look at the number of passes per game and their rank compared to last year, and it's no wonder everyone is a lot happier on the court. Rui Hachimura is benefiting to the tune of a career high in points per game as they're spreading the floor with AD in the perimeter a lot more now, and the attention that he gets opens up the one more pass for the open triple. Austin Reaves is also averaging a career high and looking like one of the best starting guards in the West so far, as they've installed a lot of blind pig action along the sidelines. Just check the chemistry he has with AD as he fakes coming up for the handoff, only to explode backdoor and finish for the layup. Here it is again as grenade action as LeBron lobs it over to Jackson Hayes just as Reaves is sprinting behind him for the handoff. Look at the attention he garners from the defense as he makes the good decision to hit Hayes for the layup and assist. I'd love to see more of the ball screen for LeBron in the low post, and the great spacing allows Reaves to find the wide open shot from behind the three-point line where he's scorching at 48%. The extra passing isn't really there to help LeBron and AD so much as the role players, getting them crucial rhythm and touches so they can feel like they're part of the game instead of standing around in the corner for most of each possession, and they're relying on Reaves as a secondary playmaker where he's been terrific so far. The player who's benefited the most might be the guy who's played the least. Dalton Knecht has quickly become a fan favorite because of his ability to shoot the three ball, but even more crucially, move without the ball in their 5-out. Check how he senses an opening by slipping this ball screen, and we've been treated to some great Davis high post passing as well. The best action they've got him in is more of a concept, back screening a cutter before cutting around a handoff. Here it is out of the low post, and while it's a tough shot for some, turning over his right shoulder like this is a very makeable shot since he's already got alignment to the hoop. Here's the same concept, only this time he's back screening on the weak side before coming off the Hayes pin down. Watch this man get concerned with LeBron cutting to the basket. That hesitation gives Knecht the opening, and he needs very little space to get this shot off and in. They try to top lock him here to eliminate the cut to the top of the key, but by having him screen Rui, it forces a switch, which gets screwed up when DeRozan doesn't see it coming, and Knecht gets another good look that almost goes in. By having AD spaced so far outside at the center position, Redick knows his man won't want to come out very high. Booker seems to be ready for it, but still takes a poor angle around the screen, and he gets another open look. Plus, the defense is now so afraid of him getting open on this action that on this possession, the defensive center steps up to show, and Knecht makes the good read to hit Hayes for the Statue of Liberty dunk. Anthony Davis is taking advantage of more space and passing to post a career high in scoring, which is a little rare for someone at this stage in his career. And if he keeps this up, we'll have to consider him for the MVP. And what better way to leverage this knowledge than to place a potential money-winning bet on DraftKings Sportsbook? As an official betting partner of the NBA, you can make prop bets on all your favorite players, and the B-Ball Breakdown knowledge you'll get will give you an advantage when trying to decide which side to take. Best of all, with my code BBALL24 as a new customer, you'll get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Every point counts with DraftKings Sportsbook, so download their app right now, use my code BBALL24, the crown is yours. And it could be Davis's if JJ continues to get him into what are typically guard actions against his slower defenders. This little handoff out top allows him to use his downhill speed off the dribble and find that patented mid-range shot of his. Credit to Darvin Ham for starting this, as AD coming out of the corner and horns is usually a spot a quick slasher will take. Now he can abuse Plumlee with the spin move as the floor is spaced with shooters. They're also finding a lot of elbow get action, setting the ball screen for him near the elbows, which makes it very difficult to guard because the fear of a quick roll for a dunk is very real. And he's been getting ball screens over 4 times as often this year, and it's worked pretty well so far. Of course, he's also getting the benefit of the sweet ball movement and playing off of LeBron, who short rolls to the empty side, which will always draw the focus of AD's man, opening up the beauty of a lob. And if they continue to spread the floor out like this, LeBron will be able to jam his way through the cracks of the defense, and AD will feast on these shots in the lane.
Lakers up by 11.
Let's finish this by focusing on LeBron. We might be curious as to why he was lighting up Rui like this, and the answer was simple. We were treated to a vintage performance against the Kings where he powered a 21-0 run by scoring 16 of those points. He continues to prove that last year's elite three-point shooting performance was no fluke, and he even gave us a classic "Le F you" to put an exclamation point on the run, so you can excuse him for being upset when Rui took this completely suboptimal shot that could have given the Kings some hope. And JJ might have unlocked a lineup featuring LeBron at small forward with Hayes and Rui in the front court and sharpshooting Knecht in the backcourt. He can abuse smaller defenders near the hoop playing a traditional center role while Hayes spaces to the three-point line. And he could be the focal point out of this clever set that looks like James is screening for D'Lo, but they twist it so LeBron can get the handoff and attack the big on the switch, creating 2 points for Hayes. If they get him coming out of the corner, it flows into the handoff where he's got lots of space to work with, hitting the midi. But he's been inspired by all the movement and cutting in this new offense, and D'Lo is a very good passer with this unit. Of course, Father Time is undefeated, and LeBron looked completely mortal last night in their first loss of the season. This was a back-to-back on the road, so it's not surprising that he'd struggle both mentally and physically to perform, and even then, they blasted out to a huge lead early, thoroughly embarrassing the Suns on their home floor. Don't be surprised if they begin to limit LeBron's appearances on the second of back-to-back games, and if that happens, we shouldn't see too many of these games from him. That said, there is a decline in his game, and you'll see it when he struggles to finish near the rim against all these young whippersnappers who are so fast and can jump so high. The biggest issue I see is that all the beautiful ball and player movement disappears at times. And I get it, when you're as good as LeBron and AD, you don't need to do all that energy-sapping stuff to get your shot off. But it does make the shots a lot harder, and we've already seen some crunch time struggles when the offense dies and turns into what we were so used to seeing last year, stagnant possessions where the defense can load up and make their shots infinitely harder. But what we've seen so far has been impressive from both an X's and O's standpoint and a team chemistry aspect. And you have to look to JJ Redick as the chief person responsible for this turnaround. If you can figure out how to get them to play defense better, then look out. Either way, they're a must-watch League Pass alert when they're making plays like this.